Jinwoo opened his eyes slowly. His head felt heavy like someone had filled it with cotton. The morning light came through his window, bright and annoying. He wanted to sleep more, but something felt wrong. His bed felt too warm, too crowded. He turned his head to the left. A woman was sleeping there. Her skin was blue, actually blue, like the color of a clear sky. Her hair was white and seemed to glow softly in the morning light. Jinwoo's heart jumped. He turned to the right. Another woman. This one had silver hair that looked like metal threads. Her skin was pale, almost white, with strange markings running down her neck and arms. He sat up fast, too fast. His head spun. This had to be a dream. Maybe he drank too much last night? No, he remembered coming home from work, eating instant noodles and going to bed early. Just a normal Thursday night in Seoul. The blue woman opened her eyes. They were golden, with no white parts at all. She looked at Jinwoo and said something, but the words made no sense. They sounded like music mixed with clicking sounds. "What? Who are you?" Jinwoo asked in Korean. His voice shook. The woman sat up. She touched something on her neck, a small silver device. She spoke again, and this time Jinwoo understood some words. "Help. Need. Danger. Sorry." The silver-haired woman woke up suddenly. She moved like a cat, fast and ready to fight. She looked around Jinwoo's small apartment, checking the door and window. Then she looked at Jinwoo and said something sharp to the blue woman. "Wait, wait, wait," Jinwoo said, holding up his hands. "What is happening? Who are you? Why are you in my bed?" The blue woman touched her neck device again. It made a small beeping sound. "Translation. Working. Some," she said slowly. "I am Lyra. She is Kess. We are not from Earth." Jinwoo laughed. It was a nervous laugh that sounded crazy even to him. "Not from Earth? Right. Okay. I'm going crazy. This is a mental breakdown. I knew working too much would do this." Kess walked to the window and looked outside carefully. She spoke to Lyra in their strange language. Lyra nodded and turned back to Jinwoo. "Not crazy," Lyra said. "Real. We are real. Our ship, broken, crashed, near here. We needed help. Scanned buildings. Your mind, different. Good for problems. We came here." "Your ship crashed," Jinwoo repeated slowly. "Your alien ship crashed in Seoul. And you chose my apartment because my mind is good for problems." "Yes," Lyra said simply. Jinwoo stood up from the bed. He was still wearing his pajamas, old sweatpants, and a t-shirt with a faded video game character on it. He felt ridiculous. "Prove it. Prove you're aliens, and I'm not having a breakdown." Lyra looked at Kess. Kess said something that sounded like a warning. Lyra shook her head and reached into a bag next to the bed. Jinwoo hadn't even noticed the bag before. It was made of material that seemed to shift colors when he looked at it. She pulled out a small cube. It was black and seemed to absorb light. She pressed one side, and the cube floated up from her hand. It hung in the air, spinning slowly. Then it projected a hologram. A map of stars appeared in the middle of Jinwoo's small bedroom, filling the space with light. "This is Galaxy," Lyra said, pointing. "This is your sun. This is where we came from." She pointed to a star so far away that Jinwoo couldn't even understand the scale of the map. The cube dropped back into her hand and the hologram disappeared. The room suddenly felt darker without it. Jinwoo sat down on his desk chair. His legs felt weak. Okay, you're aliens, real aliens, in my apartment. This is real." "Yes," Lyra said gently. She seemed to understand that he was scared. "Sorry. We had no choice. Bad people chasing us. Dangerous people." "How bad?" Jinwoo asked. Kess answered this time. Her translator seemed to work better. "They kill, they steal, they destroy. We were investigating them. They found us, attacked our ship. We barely escaped. And now they're looking for you." Jinwoo said. Yes, Kess answered. They will find us soon. We need to repair our communicator. Call our people. Get help. Jinwoo looked at both of them. Lyra had bandages on her arm, made of some material that glowed faintly. Kess had a cut on her face that looked painful. They were hurt, scared, even if Kess tried to hide it. Why me? Jinwoo asked. Why not go to the government? The police? Someone with power? Lyra touched her translator again, adjusting it. Your governments don't know about us, about aliens. If we contact them, everything changes. Too fast. Too dangerous for Earth. We just need help to call our ship. Then we leave. No one knows we were here. Except me, Jinwoo said. Except you, Lyra agreed. We can make you forget. Later, if you want. But now, we need help. Jinwoo thought about this. He could run, call the police. Let someone else deal with this impossible situation. But if they were telling the truth, that might put everyone in danger. And something in Lyra's golden eyes made him believe her. She wasn't lying. What do you need? He asked. Lyra's face showed relief. Our communicator, broken, needs repair. We understand the science, but parts are damaged. We need to think differently, fix with what we have. I'm a software engineer, Jinwoo said. I work with computers and code. I don't know anything about alien technology. But you solve problems, Lyra said. Your mind works in ways ours don't. We saw it when we scanned. You find new paths, different solutions. Kess pulled out another device from the bag. It looked like a mix between a radio and something from a science fiction movie. Parts of it were clearly burned. Wires hung loose. Some pieces were missing entirely. Can you fix this? Kess asked. Her voice was challenging, like she didn't believe he could. Jinwoo took the device carefully. It was heavier than it looked, warm to the touch. He could see where pieces connected, where energy probably flowed. It was alien, yes, but it was also just a machine. And machines had logic, patterns, problems that could be solved. I don't know, Jinwoo said honestly. But I can try. Lyra smiled. It was a strange smile on her blue face, but it was genuine. That is all we ask. Outside, the Seoul morning continued as normal. People went to work. Cars honked. The subway rumbled underground. No one knew that in a small apartment in Gangnam, a regular man was about to help two alien women repair their communicator and accidentally take humanity's first real step into a much bigger universe. Jinwoo looked at the broken device in his hands and wondered if his life would ever be normal again. Probably not, but somehow that felt okay. Jinwoo sat at his desk with the broken communicator in front of him. Lyra and Kess stood behind him, watching. He felt nervous having them so close, but he tried to focus on the device. Tell me how it works, Jinwoo said. Simple words. Pretend I'm a child. Lyra thought for a moment. It sends signals. Very fast signals. Through space. To our ship. Ship is far away. Hidden. Waiting for us. Like a radio, Jinwoo said. More complicated, Lyra replied. It bends space a little, makes signals go faster than light. Jinwoo stopped. Faster than light? That's impossible. For humans, yes, Kess said. For us, normal. Jinwoo looked at the device again. It didn't look magical. It looked broken. He could see three main parts. One looked like a power source. One looked like it processed information. One looked like it actually sent the signal. The middle part was the most damaged. Do you have tools? Jinwoo asked. Lyra pulled out a small case from their bag. Inside were tools that looked similar to Earth tools, but strange. A screwdriver that changed shape. A device that seemed to melt metal and then reform it. Something that looked like a magnifying glass but showed energy instead of making things bigger. Jinwoo picked up the shape-changing screwdriver. How does this work? Kess showed him. The tool adjusted to fit whatever he was trying to turn. Smart. Very smart. Jinwoo started taking apart the communicator carefully. Lyra and Kess watched without speaking. They seemed curious about how he would approach the problem. Inside the device, Jinwoo saw the real damage. A crystal that looked important had cracked. Wires made of material he didn't recognize had melted together. A small piece that looked like a circuit board had burned completely. "This crystal," Jinwoo said, pointing. "Is it important?" "Very," Lyra said. "It focuses the signal. Without it, no communication." "Can you make another one?" "No. Takes special equipment. We don't have it." Jinwoo thought. He looked around his apartment. His gaming computer sat on the desk next to him. Top-of-the-line graphics card. Lots of processing power. His old smartphone was charging near his bed. His microwave was in the tiny kitchen area. An idea started forming in his mind. A crazy idea, probably a stupid idea. "Your technology," Jinwoo said slowly. "It's advanced, much better than ours. But that might be a problem." Kess frowned. "How is better a problem?" "Because you think in only one way," Jinwoo said. "You know how things should work, so you only try to fix them the right way. But what if there is no right way here? What if we have to do something wrong that works?" Lyra's eyes brightened. "Interesting. Explain." Jinwoo stood up and grabbed his smartphone. "This crystal focuses your signal. But my phone has crystals too, quartz crystals. They help keep time. They vibrate at specific frequencies." He pulled out his screwdriver set and started opening his phone. "What if we use these?" "Phone crystals too weak," Kess said. "Won't work." "Maybe not alone," Jinwoo agreed. He pulled out 3 tiny crystals from his phone. "But what if we use several together? And what if we boost them?" He went to his gaming computer and started disconnecting the power supply. Lyra watched with interest. Kess still looked doubtful. For the next 3 hours, Jinwoo worked. He took apart his phone, his computer, even his microwave. He used parts that shouldn't work together. He connected Earth technology to alien technology in ways that made no sense. Lyra helped, her hands more steady than his. She understood what he was trying to do, even when it seemed crazy. Kess kept watch at the window, but occasionally looked over to see his progress. "This is ridiculous," Kess said at one point. "Primitive technology mixed with ours. It won't work." "Maybe," Jinwoo said. He was connecting the quartz crystals in a pattern, using some of the aliens' tools and some of his own. "But maybe your technology is too smart, too efficient. My technology is dumb. It wastes energy. But wasted energy might be what we need to boost a weak signal." He took the power supply from his computer and connected it to the alien device using wires and connectors that barely fit. He used tape from his desk drawer. Actual tape. Kess made a sound that might have been alien laughter or disgust. "You use sticky paper to hold it together?" Kess asked. "It works," Jinwoo said defensively. Finally, he had something. It looked like a mess. Earth technology and alien technology mixed together with tape and hope. The quartz crystals from his phone were arranged around the cracked alien crystal. The computer power supply was connected to the alien power source. Circuit boards from 3 different devices were linked together in a way that would make any engineer cry. "Ready to test?" Jinwoo asked. Lyra looked at Kess. Kess shrugged. "If it explodes, at least we tried." Jinwoo pressed the activation button on the alien device. Nothing happened for a moment. Then the crystals started to glow. The computer power supply hummed loudly. The alien crystal, even cracked, began to pulse with light. A hologram appeared above the device. It was fuzzy and kept breaking apart, but it was working. Lyra quickly typed something on a small keyboard that appeared in the hologram. She sent a message. "Is it working?" Jinwoo asked. "Yes," Lyra said. Her voice was excited. Signal is weak, very weak, but it's reaching out. Our ship will hear it. Eventually. How long? Kes asked. Hours, maybe a day. The signal needs to reach far, and it keeps breaking. Your fix is temporary. How temporary? Jinwoo asked. Before Lyra could answer, the device sparked. Smoke came out of one connection. Jinwoo quickly hit the power button and everything shut down. That temporary, Lyra said. Jinwoo looked at the device. Some parts had burned again. But it had worked. They had sent a message. His impossible, stupid, taped-together solution had actually worked. Kes walked over and looked at the device carefully. Then she looked at Jinwoo. Her expression had changed. She looked impressed. You made a broken thing work with trash and sticky paper, Kes said. That is impressive. Strange, but impressive. We call it improvising, Jinwoo said. We call it insane, Kes replied, but she was almost smiling. Lyra touched Jinwoo's shoulder. Thank you. You think differently than us. You see solutions we cannot see. This is valuable. It won't last long, Jinwoo said. We need to fix it better. Send a stronger signal. Yes, Lyra agreed. But now we have hope. You gave us that. Outside, the sun was getting higher. Morning was turning to afternoon. Jinwoo realized he should be at work. His boss was probably calling him, but work seemed unimportant now. He was helping aliens, real aliens, fixing their technology with parts from his apartment. Kes suddenly went still. She walked to the window and looked out carefully. What is it? Lyra asked. Cars, Kes said. Black cars. 3 of them. Moving slowly. Scanning. Are they looking for you? Jinwoo asked. Yes, Kes said. Her hand went to her belt where a weapon was hidden. They found us. The cartel is here. Jinwoo's stomach dropped. The device worked, but it wasn't enough. They needed more time, and now the bad guys had arrived. What do we do? Jinwoo asked. Kes checked her weapon. We fight. We run. We survive. Lyra looked at Jinwoo. Or we hide. Do you know a place? Jinwoo thought fast. His apartment building had a basement, storage areas, a parking garage, lots of places to hide. But for how long? I have an idea, Jinwoo said, but you're not going to like it. Tell us anyway, Kes said. The black cars were getting closer. Jinwoo grabbed the broken communicator and his laptop. We're going to hide in the worst place they'll expect, right under their noses. And he explained his plan as the sound of car doors opening echoed from the street below. The elevator doors opened on the basement floor. Jinwoo led Lyra and Kes through the narrow hallway to the storage area. Each apartment had a small locked cage for extra belongings. His was in the back corner, filled with old boxes and forgotten things. We're hiding in a basement? Kes asked. She did not sound happy. Not hiding, Jinwoo said, unlocking his storage cage. Setting a trap. They'll search from top to bottom. When they get here, they'll think they have us cornered. And then? Lyra asked. Then we show them why cornering a human in his own building is a bad idea. Jinwoo started pulling out boxes, old electronics, a broken fan, some paint cans from when he first moved in, an electric heater that didn't work anymore. He set them aside carefully. I don't understand, Lyra said. Humans are good at 2 things, Jinwoo explained. Making tools and breaking things, sometimes at the same time. Above them, they heard the building door open. Heavy footsteps, lots of them. Kes pulled out her weapon. It looked like a small cylinder that expanded into a rod with energy crackling at one end. How many? Jinwoo whispered. Kes closed her eyes for a moment. 6, maybe 7. They're searching each floor. What weapons do they have? Stun weapons, energy rifles. They want us alive. Good, Jinwoo said. That gives us an advantage. He worked quickly, setting up his trap. He took the old electric heater apart and connected wires to the metal storage cages. He poured paint thinner in a line across the floor near the entrance. He positioned the boxes to create a narrow path. "What are you doing?" Cass asked. "Making them come to us one at a time and making sure they regret it." He opened the paint cans and set them on high shelves, balanced carefully. One push, and they would fall. He took the broken fan and wedged it in a doorway. The metal blades were sharp enough to hurt if someone ran into them. Lyra watched with fascination. "You're weaponizing your storage area." "Home field advantage," Jinwoo said. "They have better weapons. But I know every pipe, wire, and weak floorboard in this building." The footsteps were getting closer. Third floor now. They were searching carefully but moving fast. Jinwoo finished his preparations, and they moved to the back of the storage area. He handed Lyra and Kess each a piece of rubber mat. "Stand on these," he said. "Don't touch metal." "Why?" Lyra asked. "You'll see." The basement door opened. Footsteps on the stairs. Heavy breathing. Jinwoo's heart pounded. He'd been in one fight in his whole life, in middle school, and he'd lost. Now he was about to fight alien criminals. Two figures appeared at the entrance to the storage area. They were tall, maybe 7 feet. Their skin was rough and gray like stone. They wore armor and carried weapons that glowed with blue energy. They looked mean and confident. They saw Jinwoo, Lyra, and Kess in the back corner. One of them laughed and said something in a language Jinwoo didn't understand. They started walking down the narrow path between the storage cages. "Now!" Jinwoo said. Kess threw her weapon. Not at the aliens, but at the wire Jinwoo had connected to the cages. The energy from her weapon hit the wire and electricity exploded through the metal cages. The two aliens, touching the cages as they walked, suddenly shook and screamed. The stun wore off quickly, but they were angry now. One raised his weapon and fired. The blue energy blast hit near Jinwoo's head. He felt a tingling sensation, but nothing else. The alien looked confused. He fired again. Same result. Jinwoo felt dizzy but still standing. "Your stun weapons don't work on humans very well," Jinwoo said. He didn't know if the alien understood, but it felt good to say. The aliens rushed forward, angry. Jinwoo pushed a shelf. The paint cans fell, spilling across the floor. The aliens slipped. One went down hard. The other kept coming. Kess jumped over the spilled paint and hit the alien with her weapon. The alien swung back, connecting with Kess's shoulder. She grunted in pain but didn't stop. They fought hand to hand, fast and brutal. The second alien got up, covered in paint. Lyra did something Jinwoo didn't expect. She closed her eyes and the alien suddenly stopped moving. He grabbed his head like it hurt. Lyra was doing something to his mind. Telepathy. More footsteps on the stairs. 4 more aliens were coming. Jinwoo grabbed a metal pipe from his storage area. It wasn't much, but it was something. "The ventilation shaft," Kess said quickly. "Lyra, show him." Lyra pointed to a grate in the ceiling. "It connects to the whole building. We can move through it." "They'll follow us," Jinwoo said. "Good," Kess replied. "We want them to follow. Spread out. Separate them." Jinwoo understood. In the tight ventilation system, the aliens' size would work against them. They couldn't fight well in small spaces, and he knew every vent, every connection, every weak point. Kess pulled down the grate. "You first. Guide us." Jinwoo climbed up. The metal was cold under his hands. He crawled forward into darkness. Behind him, Lyra and Kess followed. Below, the aliens shouted and began climbing after them. The ventilation shaft was tight and uncomfortable. Jinwoo's shoulders scraped the sides, but he moved forward, counting turns in his head. Right, left, straight, up through a vertical shaft. He knew this system because he'd complained about the noise from these vents for 2 years. Behind him, he heard the aliens struggling. They were bigger, stronger, but too large for the narrow spaces. Good. "Where are we going?" Lyra whispered. "3rd floor," Jinwoo said. "Mrs. Hand's apartment is empty. She visits her daughter on Fridays. We can come out there. Loop back. Trap them inside. They crawled through the vents. The metal creaked under their weight. The aliens behind them were getting frustrated. Jinwoo heard one of them yelling into a communicator. They were calling for more help. Jinwoo reached the grate he wanted. He pushed it open and dropped down into an apartment. Old furniture. Pictures of grandchildren on the walls. A small kitchen that smelled like kimchi and comfort. Lyra and Kes dropped down after him. Kes immediately went to the door, listening. "Two in the hallway," she said quietly. "The building has fire escapes," Jinwoo said. "We can go out the window, climb down, come back through the parking garage." "Always running," Kes said. "I want to fight." "We are fighting," Jinwoo replied, "just differently." Humans learned that sometimes the best way to win is not to face your enemy directly. We tire them out, confuse them, make them angry and stupid. Lyra smiled. "Guerrilla tactics. We studied your wars. You're good at this." "We've had a lot of practice being the weaker side," Jinwoo said. They moved to the window. The fire escape was rusty but strong. Jinwoo went first, testing each step. The metal was cold and the drop was scary, but he kept moving. Above them, the aliens figured out where they went. One appeared at the window. He was too big to fit through easily. He got stuck for a moment, pushing and cursing. Jinwoo reached the third-floor landing. He kicked at the railing connection. It was old, rusted. It broke loose. The whole section of railing swung down, hanging by one bolt. The alien above tried to climb down and stepped where the railing used to be. He fell, tumbling past them, hitting the dumpster below with a crash. "Is he dead?" Jinwoo asked. "Unconscious," Kes said. "Their bones are strong." They made it to the ground and ran to the parking garage entrance. Jinwoo's hands were shaking. His breath came fast. He'd just fought aliens. Actually fought them. And they were still alive. "The communicator," Lyra said suddenly. "We left it in the storage area." Jinwoo stopped. "We have to go back." "Too dangerous," Kes said. "We need it," Lyra insisted. "Without it, we can't call for help. We're trapped here." Jinwoo thought fast. The storage area would be full of aliens now, but they needed that device. It was their only way out. "I have an idea," Jinwoo said. "But it's going to be loud." He led them to the parking garage electrical room. Inside was the main power panel for the whole building. Lots of switches. Lots of power, lots of potential for chaos. "What are you planning?" Kes asked. "A distraction," Jinwoo said. He started throwing switches. Lights in the building flickered. The elevator stopped. The ventilation shut down. "Now they're fighting in the dark," Jinwoo said. "And while they figure that out, we sneak back and grab our communicator." Lyra laughed. It was a strange sound, musical and bright. "You enjoy this? The chaos, the tricks?" "Little bit," Jinwoo admitted. "Is that bad?" "No," Kes said. She was smiling too. "It's very human, and it's working." They moved back toward the storage area, using the darkness to hide. The aliens were confused, shouting at each other. Stumbling around, Jinwoo led the way, knowing every step even in the dark. The fight wasn't over. More aliens would come. But right now, in this moment, Jinwoo felt alive in a way he never had before. He was protecting his home, helping friends, using his mind to beat stronger enemies. And somehow, against all odds, they were winning. They made it back to the storage area in the dark. Jinwoo grabbed the communicator while Kes watched for enemies. The aliens were regrouping, getting organized. They wouldn't fall for the same tricks twice. "We need a better hiding place," Lyra said. "I know somewhere," Jinwoo replied. "Follow me." He led them out of the building through a service exit. The morning had turned to afternoon. Seoul continued its normal rhythm around them. People walked by on their phones. Traffic moved through the streets. Nobody noticed two alien women and a man carrying strange equipment. Jinwoo took them 3 blocks away to a PC Bang, a gaming cafe. It was in a basement, dark and anonymous. Rows of computers where people played games and watched videos. Perfect for disappearing. He paid for a private room in the back. The owner barely looked at them. This was Seoul. Strange hair colors and unusual fashion were normal. Lyra and Kess just looked like cosplayers or foreigners. Inside the small private room, Jinwoo locked the door. There was a computer, a small couch, and a mini fridge with drinks. The walls were thin, and he could hear explosions and shouting from the games outside. But they were safe for now. Kess checked her wounds. She had a cut on her arm and bruises forming on her shoulder. Lyra's earlier injuries were worse. She moved slowly, carefully. "Let me see," Jinwoo said to Lyra. She showed him her arm. The bandage was coming loose. Under it, he saw a burn that looked bad. Human bad. Painful bad. "Do you have medicine?" he asked. Lyra pulled out a small device from their bag. She pressed it against the burn, and it glowed. The wound started healing, faster than should be possible. In seconds, new skin formed over the burn. "That's incredible," Jinwoo said. "Basic medical technology," Lyra replied. "Every ship has these." Jinwoo sat down on the couch. His adrenaline was fading and reality was setting in. He'd fought aliens, run through his building like an action movie, and now he was hiding in a gaming cafe with two women from another world. "Okay," he said. "I helped you. I fought for you. Now I want the truth. All of it. Why are these people chasing you? Why is Earth involved? What's really going on?" Lyra and Kess looked at each other. Some silent conversation passed between them. Finally, Lyra nodded. "You deserve to know," Lyra said. She sat down across from Jinwoo. "The people chasing us are called the Valak Cartel. They are criminals. Very powerful criminals. They control illegal mining, weapons, and slave trade across dozens of systems." "Slave trade?" Jinwoo's stomach turned. "Yes," Kess said quietly. "They take people from primitive worlds, sell them to rich buyers. It's forbidden by galactic law, but law doesn't reach everywhere." "Kess and I work for the Galactic Concordat," Lyra continued. "We are peacekeepers, investigators. We were tracking the cartel's operations near this sector of space. We discovered they were planning something near Earth." "What were they planning?" Jinwoo asked. "Mining," Lyra said. "Your solar system has rare minerals, very valuable. The cartel wanted to set up secret operations on asteroids near Earth. But there was a problem." "What problem?" "You," Kess said. "Humans. Earth has intelligent life. That makes it protected under Concordat law. No mining, no contact, no interference until you develop faster than light travel on your own." Jinwoo processed this. "So the galaxy knows about us?" "Some do," Lyra said. "The Concordat has been monitoring Earth for about 60 of your years, since you split the atom, since you started reaching for space. We watch primitive worlds to protect them." "Protect us from what?" "From exploitation, from slavery, from being destroyed by species that see you as resources," Lyra said. Her golden eyes looked sad. "The galaxy is not kind to new species. Many are wiped out before they can defend themselves. The Concordat tries to prevent that." "So you're the good guys," Jinwoo said. "We try to be," Kess replied, "but we're spread thin. Thousands of worlds to protect. Not enough ships. Not enough people. Sometimes we fail." "And the cartel was going to start mining near Earth anyway," Jinwoo said, understanding. "Even though it's illegal." "Yes," Lyra confirmed. "They don't care about laws. They wanted the minerals, and they wanted Earth to stay ignorant. If humans discovered them, they planned to wipe out your satellites and technology, set you back decades, make you think it was natural disaster." Jinwoo felt cold. "They were going to attack Earth." "They were going to attack your technology," Kess corrected. "Not kill people directly, just make you blind and helpless, then mine what they wanted and leave." "That's still an attack," Jinwoo said angrily. "Yes," Lyra agreed. That's why we tried to stop them. We gathered evidence, prepared to bring it to the Concordat Council, but they found us first, ambushed us, destroyed most of our data. We barely escaped. And now they want you dead so you can't testify, Jinwoo said. Exactly, Kes said. Jinwoo stood up and walked around the small room. This was bigger than he'd thought. Not just two aliens hiding, not just criminals chasing them. This was about Earth's safety, humanity's future. Why didn't you tell me this before? Jinwoo asked. Would you have believed us? Lyra asked gently. Even now it's hard to believe, and we were worried. Telling humans about the galaxy too early can be dangerous. Dangerous how? Some humans would panic, Lyra explained. Some would want to fight the entire galaxy. Some would try to contact aliens themselves and get hurt. Earth isn't ready yet. Your technology is growing fast, but your wisdom is still developing. That's not fair, Jinwoo said. You're judging all of humanity. No, Lyra said firmly. We're protecting you. There are species that would see Earth as easy prey, young, weak, rich in resources and slaves. If they knew about you before you could defend yourselves, it would be a disaster. Kes added, The Concordat has rules. First contact must be equal. When you develop FTL travel on your own, when you can defend your system, then we introduce you to the galaxy. Not before. But the cartel doesn't care about rules, Jinwoo said. No, Kes agreed. They don't. That's why we have to stop them. Jinwoo sat back down. His mind was racing. Humanity was living in ignorance while aliens debated their fate, some protecting them, some wanting to exploit them, and nobody on Earth knew. How many species are out there? Jinwoo asked. Thousands, Lyra said. Maybe tens of thousands. The galaxy is old and full of life. And humans? Where do we fit? Lyra hesitated. You're unusual. Most species develop slowly, steady, predictable. Humans are chaotic. You war with each other constantly, but also show incredible compassion. You destroy your environment, but also work to save it. You're violent and peaceful, logical and emotional, all at once. The galaxy doesn't know what to make of you, Kes said. Some think you'll be great allies. Some think you'll be dangerous enemies. Some think you'll destroy yourselves before you reach the stars. What do you think? Jinwoo asked. Lyra smiled. I think you're fascinating. Today proved that. You used tape and broken electronics to repair technology you don't understand. You fought trained soldiers with paint cans and electrical wires. You adapted faster than any species I've studied. Humans are survivors, Kes said. It sounded like a compliment. You find ways to win even when you shouldn't. But surviving isn't enough, Jinwoo said. If the cartel wants to hurt Earth, we need to stop them, not just run and hide. We are stopping them, Lyra said. Once we call our ship, we can bring evidence to the Concordat. The cartel will be shut down. Earth will be safe. If we can call your ship, Jinwoo corrected. The communicator is barely working. We need to fix it better. Can you? Kes asked. Jinwoo looked at the device. It had survived the fight, but barely. It needed work, better connections, more power. But he had an idea forming. Maybe, Jinwoo said, but I need supplies, real electronics. Not just stuff from my apartment. Where can we get them? Lyra asked. There's a market in Yongsan, Jinwoo said. Every electronic part you can imagine. If I can get there, I can get what we need. The cartel will be watching for us, Kes warned. They're watching for 2 aliens and a Korean man, Jinwoo said. We need to look different, blend in. He thought for a moment. This was Seoul, fashion capital, millions of people, easy to disappear if you knew how. I have a plan, Jinwoo said, but you're going to have to trust me. Lyra looked at him with those strange golden eyes. We already trust you. You've earned that. Kes nodded in agreement. Jinwoo felt something warm in his chest. Pride, maybe. Or purpose. These aliens trusted him, needed him, and he wasn't going to let them down, wasn't going to let Earth down. Then let's get to work, Jinwoo said. We have a communicator to fix and a cartel to stop. Outside the small room, games continued. People shouted and laughed. Normal life went on. But Jinwoo wasn't part of that normal life anymore. He was part of something bigger, something that mattered. And surprisingly, that felt right. Getting to Yongsan required disguises. Jinwoo left the PC Bang first and bought clothes from a nearby shop. Baggy hoodies, face masks, baseball caps, and sunglasses. In Seoul, this look was normal. Thousands of people dressed this way to hide from cameras or just for fashion. Lyra's blue skin was the biggest problem. Jinwoo bought foundation makeup, several shades darker than normal. It took 30 minutes in a public bathroom to cover her skin. It wasn't perfect, but with the hood up and mask on, she looked almost human. Kes was easier. Her pale skin and silver hair could pass for fashion choices. Lots of Korean kids dyed their hair silver. She just looked like someone trying to stand out. They took the subway to Yongsan. The afternoon crowd was thick. Office workers heading home early, students going to academies, tourists with cameras. Jinwoo kept his head down. Lyra and Kes stayed close. So many humans, Lyra whispered, all in one place. This is normal, Jinwoo said. Seoul has 10 million people. 10 million? Kes looked amazed. In one city? Earth has almost 8 billion total, Jinwoo added. That's incredible, Lyra said. Your population density is higher than most civilized worlds. We're good at making more of us, Jinwoo said with a slight smile. They reached Yongsan Electronics Market. Floors and floors of shops selling everything from phone cases to industrial processors, bright lights, loud vendors, the smell of solder and plastic. Jinwoo knew exactly what he needed. Copper wire, capacitors, a better power converter, some specific chips that could handle high-frequency signals. He moved from shop to shop, bargaining in Korean, buying parts. Lyra watched with fascination. You know all of this? I built my first computer when I was 12, Jinwoo said. My father thought it was a waste of time, but I loved it. Understanding how things work, making them better. They bought everything and left through a side exit. Jinwoo felt good. They had the parts. They could fix the communicator properly, maybe even make it stronger. Then Kes stopped suddenly. We're being followed. Are you sure? Jinwoo asked. Very sure, Kes said. Her hand moved toward her hidden weapon. One person. Very quiet. Very skilled. Cartel? Lyra asked. Worse, Kes said. Her voice was tense. Hunter. Vex Hunter. What's a Vex Hunter? Jinwoo asked. A species bred for tracking and killing, Kes explained quickly. They never lose prey once they have the scent. Very dangerous. Can we fight it? No, Kes said flatly. We run. They moved quickly through the streets. The afternoon was getting late. Shadows grew longer. Jinwoo led them toward the Han River. There were paths there, crowds, places to hide. Behind them, Jinwoo caught a glimpse of their pursuer, tall and thin, moving with an animal grace, wearing a long coat that hid its shape. It didn't run. It didn't need to. It knew they couldn't escape. The subway, Jinwoo said. There's a station ahead. It will just follow us, Kes said. Not if we don't get on the train, Jinwoo replied. They ran down the subway stairs. The station was old, scheduled for renovation. Parts of it were closed off with construction barriers. Perfect. Jinwoo jumped the barrier into the closed section. Lyra and Kes followed. They ran through dark tunnels. The abandoned construction area smelled like concrete dust and rust. Where are you taking us? Lyra asked. Old maintenance tunnels, Jinwoo said. They connect to the sewers, to other subway lines, to places that aren't on any map anymore. You know all of this? Kess asked. I watch a lot of urban exploration videos, Jinwoo admitted. Never thought I'd need it. They entered the maintenance tunnels. Dark, cramped. Water dripped somewhere. Jinwoo turned on his phone flashlight. The tunnel stretched ahead, splitting into multiple paths. Behind them, they heard a sound, like clicking mixed with growling. The hunter had followed them down. It's getting closer, Kess said. Good, Jinwoo replied. Down here, it can't use speed, can't surround us. It has to come through these tunnels one at a time. You're making it fight on your terms, Lyra said with understanding. Exactly, Jinwoo confirmed. They moved deeper into the tunnel system. Jinwoo marked their path with small scratches on the walls, left, right, straight, down a ladder into older tunnels. These were from decades ago, maybe older, brick instead of concrete. Some sections looked like they were from Japanese colonial times. This is a maze, Kess said. Yes, Jinwoo agreed. And I'm the only one who knows the way out. The hunter's sounds echoed through the tunnels. Closer now. Jinwoo could hear its breathing, heavy, patient. It wasn't tired, just hunting. Here, Jinwoo said. He led them to a section where the tunnel opened into a larger chamber. Old electrical equipment lined the walls. Disconnected wires hung from the ceiling. Water pooled on the floor, several inches deep. What is this place? Lyra asked. Old pumping station, Jinwoo said. They stopped using it years ago, but the electrical lines might still have power. He checked the main panel on the wall. The switches were old, but intact. Some were still in the on position. That meant power was flowing somewhere in this system. Help me with this, Jinwoo said to Kess. Together they pulled down thick power cables from the ceiling. Jinwoo stripped the insulation with a knife from his pocket. Exposed copper wire gleamed in his phone light. What are you doing? Kess asked. Making a trap, Jinwoo said. That water on the floor, it's going to become deadly. He positioned the exposed wires just above the water. Then he used the bags from the electronics market to create a path of dry material across the chamber. A safe path for them. A tempting path for their hunter. The clicking sound grew louder. The hunter was close. Get ready, Jinwoo whispered. When it comes through that door, we cross to the other side. Fast! Don't touch the water. They waited in the darkness. Jinwoo's heart pounded so hard he thought the hunter might hear it. His hands were shaking, but he kept them steady on the electrical panel. The hunter appeared in the doorway. Jinwoo's phone light caught it for a moment. It was nightmare-shaped. Long limbs, too many joints, eyes that reflected light like a cat's, claws that scraped the stone floor. It saw them across the chamber. It smiled, if that mouth could smile. It started walking forward on the dry path Jinwoo had created. Now! Jinwoo yelled. They ran across the bags, jumping from dry spot to dry spot. The hunter reacted instantly, leaping forward to catch them. But it jumped into the water. Jinwoo hit the electrical panel switch. Power surged through the cables into the water. The entire pool became electrified. The hunter screamed, a sound that hurt to hear. It convulsed and fell, but it didn't die. Its body was tough, resistant. It started getting back up, smoking and angry. Run! Kess shouted. They fled through the opposite tunnel. Behind them, the hunter roared. It was hurt, but not finished. Now it was truly angry. Jinwoo led them through more tunnels. Faster now. His plan had worked partially, but not enough. The hunter was still coming. We need something stronger, Kess said. I know, Jinwoo replied. He was thinking fast. What else could he use? What else could hurt something that strong? They came to a junction where multiple tunnels met. Old valves and pipes covered the walls. These were for water control, for flooding or draining different sections. This is it, Jinwoo said. This is what? Lyra asked. The place we make our stand, Jinwoo said. No more running. He started turning valves. Water began flowing from pipes overhead. Not a lot at first, just a trickle, but building. The sound echoed through the tunnels. "What are you doing?" Kess demanded. "We can't kill it," Jinwoo said, "but we can trap it, drown it, or at least slow it down enough to escape." "You're flooding the tunnels?" Lyra asked. "That's insane. We're in the tunnels too." "I know the way out," Jinwoo said. "It doesn't." The hunter appeared at the far end of the junction. It saw them and charged. The water was ankle-deep now, rising fast. Kess pulled out her weapon and fired. The energy bolt hit the hunter in the chest. It stumbled, but kept coming. Lyra closed her eyes, and Jinwoo felt something in the air change. Pressure, like before a storm. She was using her telepathy. The hunter slowed, confused, fighting invisible pressure in its mind. But it was strong. It pushed through. The water reached knee-height. The current was getting stronger. Old pipes groaned under the pressure. Jinwoo grabbed Lyra's arm. "We have to go. Now." "It's still coming," Kess said. She fired again. "It doesn't matter," Jinwoo replied. "The water will stop it." They ran. The tunnel behind them was filling fast. The hunter tried to follow, but the current was too strong now. It was swept back, tumbling in the rushing water. Jinwoo led them up through maintenance ladders, higher and higher, away from the flooding sections. His arms burned, his legs ached, but he kept climbing. Finally, they emerged through a manhole cover into an alley. Night had fallen. The air was cold and clean. They collapsed against a wall, breathing hard. "Is it dead?" Lyra asked. "I don't know," Jinwoo admitted. "But it's not following us anymore." Kess looked at him with something like respect. "You flooded kilometers of tunnel to stop one enemy. That's crazy." "Maybe," Jinwoo said, "but we're alive. That's what matters." Lyra touched his cheek gently. "You were hurt, protecting me." Jinwoo realized he was bleeding. A cut on his arm from when he'd scraped against the tunnel wall. Nothing serious, but it stung. "I'm okay," he said. Lyra pulled out her medical device and healed the cut quickly. Her touch was warm, gentle. Jinwoo felt his face get hot and looked away. "Thank you," Lyra said softly, "for everything." "We're not done yet," Jinwoo said. "We still need to fix the communicator. Call your ship." "Yes," Kess agreed. She stood up, checking their supplies. Everything had survived the tunnel run. "Where do we go now?" "Somewhere the cartel won't look," Jinwoo said. "Somewhere safe." He thought of his old neighborhood, his grandmother's abandoned house in the suburbs, empty for years since she passed. No one would think to look there. "I know a place," Jinwoo said. "Come on." They walked through Seoul's night streets. Just 3 more people in a city of millions. But they'd survived. They'd beaten a hunter, and they were getting closer to their goal. Jinwoo felt different now. Stronger. Braver. Like he'd found something in those dark tunnels. Some part of himself he didn't know existed. And when he looked at Lyra and Kess, he knew they felt it too. They weren't just allies anymore. They were something more. Friends, family, people who would fight for each other. The galaxy was dangerous. But humanity was too. And together, they might just survive. The abandoned house stood on the edge of the city. Small and old, with a garden that had become wild. Jinwoo's grandmother had lived here alone for years before she died. His family had talked about selling it, but never did. Now it was just sitting empty, full of memories. Jinwoo broke the lock on the back door. Inside, everything was covered in dust. Old furniture sat like ghosts under white sheets. The electricity still worked, barely. Weak lights flickered when he tried the switches. "We'll be safe here," Jinwoo said. "No one knows about this place." They set up in the main room. Jinwoo cleared a table and laid out all the electronic parts he'd bought. The communicator sat in the center, still barely functional. Let's fix this properly, Jinwoo said. For the next several hours, they worked. Jinwoo connected new components to replace the burned ones. He used the better power converter to stabilize the energy flow. He carefully arranged the capacitors to store and release power in controlled bursts. Lyra helped, her understanding of the alien technology guiding him. Kes stood watch at the windows, always alert. Outside, the neighborhood was quiet. Occasional car sounds, dogs barking, normal suburban night sounds. "This connection here," Lyra said, pointing. "It needs to handle quantum frequency shifts. Your Earth components can't do that alone." "What if we combine them with your components?" Jinwoo suggested. "Use the Earth tech to boost the signal and your tech to shape it?" "That might work," Lyra said thoughtfully. "Your technology is crude but powerful. Like using a hammer when we would use a scalpel. Sometimes a hammer is better," Jinwoo said with a smile. They worked together smoothly now, understanding each other, anticipating needs. It felt natural, like they'd been partners for years instead of days. Finally, as midnight approached, the communicator was ready. It looked better than before, more stable. The connections were secure. The power flow was steady. "Test it?" Jinwoo asked. Lyra activated the device. It hummed to life, stronger than before. The hologram appeared, clear and bright. She typed commands quickly. "Signal strength is good," Lyra said. "Much better. We can reach our ship now." She sent the message. "Coordinates, status report, request for extraction." Then they waited. The response came in 30 seconds. Text appeared in the hologram in alien symbols. Lyra read it and smiled. "They're coming," she said. "Captain Mira is bringing the ship. They'll be here in 6 hours." Kes relaxed for the first time since Jinwoo had met her. "Finally, we can go home." "Home?" Lyra repeated softly. She looked at Jinwoo. "You gave us that chance. We wouldn't be alive without you." "You helped too," Jinwoo said. "We make a good team." Suddenly, Kes went rigid. "Vehicles! Multiple vehicles! Coming fast!" They rushed to the window. Black cars were pulling up outside, not just a few, dozens. They surrounded the house. Doors opened and armed figures emerged. The cartel had found them. "How?" Lyra asked. "The signal," Kes said angrily. "They must have been monitoring for quantum transmissions. When we sent the message, they traced it." "So we led them right to us," Jinwoo said. "Yes," Kes confirmed. "And this time they brought everyone." Jinwoo counted at least 40 cartel soldiers outside. Different species, different weapons, all focused on the house. This wasn't a search anymore. This was a siege. "What do we do?" Jinwoo asked. "We fight," Kes said simply. "What else can we do?" "We can negotiate," a voice said from outside. It spoke Korean, perfect and clear. "Come out. Surrender the evidence. You can live." Jinwoo went to the window. A figure stood in the street, illuminated by car headlights. Tall and elegant, wearing an expensive suit. His skin was gold, literally gold-colored, and his eyes were completely black. "Who is that?" Jinwoo asked. "Velik himself," Kes said with hatred. "The cartel leader." Velik smiled when he saw Jinwoo at the window. "Ah, the human. How interesting. You've been helping our escaped investigators. Very brave. Very stupid." "Leave Earth alone," Jinwoo shouted. "You have no right to be here." "Rights?" Velik laughed. "Who speaks of rights? I take what I want. Your world has resources I need. Your species has value in certain markets, but I'm reasonable. Give me the 2 aliens and their evidence. You can live. Your world remains ignorant and safe." "And if I refuse?" Jinwoo asked. "Then I burn this house down with all of you inside," Velik said casually. "Then I continue my mining operations. Then I slowly strip your planet of everything valuable. The Concordat will investigate in a few decades, but by then I'll be long gone and very rich." Kes checked her weapon. "We can't fight them all." "No," Lyra agreed, "but we can stall them. 6 hours. That's all we need." Captain Mira will bring ships, weapons, help. 6 hours, Jinwoo said. Can we last that long? Against 40 trained soldiers? Kes shook her head. No, we can't. Jinwoo thought fast. 40 soldiers. All around the house. Better weapons, better training. They should be dead already, would be dead soon. Unless... They want us alive, Jinwoo said slowly. They need to destroy the evidence. They can't just blow up the house. So? Kes asked. So we make them think we have more than we do, Jinwoo replied. We bluff. He went to his grandmother's old computer desk and pulled out her laptop. Ancient. Barely worked. But it had internet connection. What are you doing? Lyra asked. Something crazy, Jinwoo said. He started typing fast. Something very human. He accessed his cloud storage, found video files from his phone. The attack on his apartment, the aliens, the cartel soldiers, everything he'd recorded without even thinking about it. He uploaded them to multiple servers, hidden folders, deadman switches, encrypted backups scattered across the internet. Then he opened the window and shouted to Velik. I have a better deal for you. I'm listening, Velik said, amused. I recorded everything, Jinwoo said. Your soldiers attacking, you threatening Earth, all of it. And I uploaded it everywhere, to servers you can't reach. If anything happens to us, if my dead man switch doesn't get reset every hour, all that footage goes public. Public? Velik laughed. Humans will think it's fake. Computer graphics, movies, they won't believe you. Maybe, Jinwoo agreed. But some will. Scientists, governments. They'll investigate. They'll find evidence. Your secret mining operation won't be secret anymore, and the Concordat will definitely investigate when humanity starts screaming about aliens. Velik's smile faded. You're bluffing. Am I? Jinwoo pulled out his phone and showed it to the window. On the screen was a live countdown. 59 minutes until the next check-in. Try me. Silence. Velik looked uncertain for the first time. You'd reveal aliens to your entire species? Velik asked. Do you know what that would do? The panic? The chaos? Yes, Jinwoo said. And I don't care. Because you were going to hurt Earth anyway. At least this way we know about you. We can defend ourselves. Maybe we panic. Maybe we unite. Either way, we're not ignorant prey anymore. He's insane, one of the cartel soldiers said. No, Velik said slowly. He's human. They're all insane, Lyra whispered to Jinwoo. You really uploaded evidence? Yes, Jinwoo whispered back, but I don't know if it's enough to stop them. Velik walked closer to the house. His face was calculating, weighing options. Finally, he spoke. You've created an interesting problem, Velik said. If I kill you, humanity learns about aliens. If I let you live, you testify against me. Either way, I lose. So leave, Jinwoo said. Just leave Earth alone. Go somewhere else. Unfortunately, Velik said, there's a third option. He raised his hand. Every cartel soldier raised their weapons. I kill you fast. Destroy this house completely. Hack your servers before the dead man switch triggers and deny everything, Velik said. Difficult, expensive, but possible. You have 1 hour, Jinwoo said, showing the countdown. Can you hack everything in 1 hour? Velik hesitated. That hesitation told Jinwoo everything. He couldn't, or wasn't sure he could. The bluff was working. Then Kes did something unexpected. She walked to the door and opened it. She stood in the doorway, weapon in hand, facing 40 enemies alone. You want us? Kes said. Come get us. The standoff stretched, tension thick enough to cut. Jinwoo's hand stayed on his phone, ready to reset the timer or let it run out. Then lights appeared in the sky. Bright lights, moving fast. Ships, sleek and powerful and clearly alien. Captain Mira had arrived early. The ships descended, surrounding the cartel forces. Weapon ports opened, Targeting systems locked on. A voice boomed from the lead ship, speaking in the cartel's language. Velik cartel members. You are in violation of Concordat law. You are in prohibited space. Surrender immediately. Velik looked at his forces, at the ships above, at Jinwoo in the window. His face showed anger and something else. Respect, maybe, or hatred. Hard to tell. This isn't over, Velik said. Humans are trouble. The galaxy should know about you, should fear you. Good, Jinwoo said. Let them fear us. We're survivors, we're fighters, and we don't give up. Velik smiled coldly. I believe you. He signaled his forces. They retreated to their vehicles and drove away quickly. The Concordat ships didn't pursue. They were here to rescue, not to start a battle over Earth. The lead ship landed in the street. A ramp extended and a woman walked out. She was tall, with purple skin and white hair tied back. She wore a uniform that spoke of authority. Lyra, Kess, Captain Mira said. You're alive. Thank the stars. Thanks to him, Lyra said, pointing to Jinwoo. Captain Mira looked at Jinwoo with interest. A human. You helped them? Yes, Jinwoo said simply. Even knowing the risks, the secrets? Mira asked. They needed help, Jinwoo replied. That's enough. Mira studied him for a long moment. Then she smiled. Earth might be ready for the galaxy sooner than we thought. Captain Mira's ship was unlike anything Jinwoo had imagined. Clean, white corridors, soft lighting that didn't hurt the eyes. Rooms that seemed to adjust themselves to whoever entered. Technology so advanced it looked like magic. They sat in a conference room. Jinwoo, Lyra, Kess, and Captain Mira. Through the window, Jinwoo could see Earth below. Sol's lights glittered in the darkness. His whole world, looking so small from up here. You put us in a difficult position, Mira said. She wasn't angry, just stating a fact. Earth isn't supposed to know about us yet, but you do. You've seen our technology, met multiple species, even threatened to expose us. I didn't want to, Jinwoo said, but I had to protect them, protect Earth. I understand, Mira said, and honestly, I'm impressed. You survived against trained cartel soldiers, outsmarted them multiple times, forced them to retreat with nothing but a bluff and courage. I had help, Jinwoo said, looking at Lyra and Kess. Yes, Mira agreed. They tell me you repaired quantum communication technology with Earth electronics. That shouldn't be possible. Our engineers are fascinated. I just saw a problem and fixed it, Jinwoo said. Nothing special. Very special, Lyra said softly. You think differently than we do, more flexible, more creative. Mira nodded. Which brings us to our problem. What do we do with you? Jinwoo felt his stomach drop. Are you going to kill me? No, Mira said firmly. Never. The Concordat doesn't harm innocents, but we have two options for you. She activated a hologram in the center of the table. It showed a device that looked like a headband with lights. Option 1, Mira said. We use a memory removal device. Painless. Quick. You'll forget everything from the moment you met Lyra and Kess. Your life returns to normal. You wake up in your apartment thinking you had very strange dreams. Safe, simple, normal. And option 2? Jinwoo asked. Option 2 is complicated, Mira said. You keep your memories, all of them, but Earth officially remains undiscovered. You can't tell anyone what you know. You live with the secret, alone. That's it? Jinwoo asked. I just go back to my normal life, but remembering everything? Not exactly, Mira said. We'd also give you something. She pulled out a small device. It looked like a simple bracelet, silver and smooth. This is a translator and emergency beacon, Mira explained. You'd be Earth's first unofficial liaison. If anything happens, if the cartel returns, if any alien threat approaches Earth, you contact us. You'd be our eyes and ears here. So I'd be working for you, Jinwoo asked. With us, Mira corrected. Not for us, partners. Preparing Earth for eventual first contact. Kes spoke up. It's dangerous. The cartel knows about you now. Others might find out. You'd be at risk. But you'd also be protecting your world, Lyra added. Making sure humanity is ready. Making sure the galaxy sees you as friends, not threats. Jinwoo looked at the two options. Forget everything and be safe, or remember and live with the burden. Can I ask a question? Jinwoo said. Of course, Mira replied. What do you think we are? Humans, I mean. Dangerous? Useful? What? Mira considered carefully. Honestly, we don't know yet. Your species is young, chaotic. You war constantly but also show incredible compassion. You destroy but also create. You're unpredictable. Is that bad? Jinwoo asked. Different, Mira said. Most species follow patterns. They're stable, predictable, easy to understand. Humans are none of those things. Some in the Concordat think you'll be great allies. Others worry you'll be dangerous enemies. We're waiting to see. And what do you think? Jinwoo asked Lyra. Lyra smiled. I think you're wonderful, frustrating and brilliant and brave. You saved our lives with tape and creativity. You fought soldiers with paint cans. You threatened a crime lord with a bluff. That's very human. We're survivors, Jinwoo said. We've survived ice ages, plagues, wars, disasters. We adapt. We endure. That's what we're good at. Yes, Mira said, and that's why some fear you. Species that adapt that well, that survive that consistently, can become very powerful, very dangerous, or very valuable, Kes added. The galaxy needs diversity, new perspectives, different ways of thinking. Humanity could bring that. Jinwoo stood and walked to the window. Earth rotated slowly below. Billions of people down there, living their lives, ignorant of the vast universe around them, ignorant of the dangers and wonders waiting in the stars. If I forget, Jinwoo said slowly, I go back to being nobody, just another person, safe but useless. You're not useless, Lyra said gently. You'd still be you, still creative, still kind. But I wouldn't know the truth, Jinwoo said. I wouldn't know that we're not alone, that there's so much more out there. He turned back to face them. I've spent my whole life being ordinary, working, eating, sleeping, going through motions, but these last few days I've been alive, really alive. I've mattered, made a difference. You can matter without remembering, Mira said. But I want to remember, Jinwoo said firmly. I want to know what I did, who I helped, what's waiting out there. It's a heavy burden, Mira warned, knowing the truth and being unable to share it. Watching humanity remain ignorant while you know how small and vulnerable they are. I know, Jinwoo said, but someone has to know. Someone has to watch. Why not me? Because you'll be alone, Kes said. No one to talk to, no one who understands. I'll have you, Jinwoo said, looking at both of them. Won't I? You said you'd return. Lyra and Kes looked at Mira. She considered for a moment, then nodded. We could arrange periodic check-ins, Mira said. Once or twice a year. Brief visits. It's irregular, but given your help, I think we can make an exception. Then I'm not alone, Jinwoo said. He picked up the bracelet. I choose to remember. Are you sure? Mira asked. This is permanent. We can't undo it later. I'm sure, Jinwoo said. He put on the bracelet. It adjusted to fit his wrist perfectly, warm against his skin. Mira stood and extended her hand in the human gesture. Jinwoo shook it. Her grip was firm, respectful. Welcome to a very exclusive club, Mira said. You're Earth's first secret friend to the stars. What do I do now? Jinwoo asked. Live your life, Mira said. Work, love, exist. But watch, listen. If anything strange happens, anything that might be alien-related, You contact us. The bracelet will connect you to our emergency network. And prepare, Kess added. Humanity will join the galaxy eventually. Help them be ready, in small ways, encourage science, support space programs, push for unity. That's a lot of responsibility, Jinwoo said. You can handle it, Lyra said confidently. You've already proven that. They returned to Earth 2 hours later. The ship landed behind Jinwoo's apartment building, invisible to human eyes with some kind of cloaking technology. Jinwoo gathered his things. The broken communicator, now a souvenir. Some alien tools they let him keep. At the ramp, Lyra hugged him. Alien and human, completely different species, but the gesture was universal. Thank you, she whispered, for everything. Come back soon, Jinwoo said. I'll have more questions. We will, Lyra promised. Kess didn't hug him, but she gripped his shoulder firmly. You fight well, for a human. I'm glad you're on our side. Me too, Jinwoo said. He watched the ship take off, disappearing into the night sky. Then he walked back to his apartment. The door had been repaired. All damage from the attack was gone. The Concordat had cleaned everything perfectly. Inside, everything looked normal, like nothing had happened. But Jinwoo knew better. Everything had changed. He made coffee and sat at his desk. His broken computer parts were still there, his empty phone case, evidence of what he'd sacrificed to help his friends. His phone buzzed. Work messages, his boss asking where he'd been, normal life demanding attention. Jinwoo smiled and started typing replies, just normal excuses, feeling sick, taking personal time. He'd go back to work on Monday, sit at his desk, code programs, live his ordinary life, but now he'd watch the stars differently. Now he'd know what was up there. Friends, dangers, wonders beyond imagination. A knock on his door startled him. He opened it carefully. Mrs. Han stood there, his elderly neighbor. She held a container of kimchi and rice. You look thin, she said in Korean. Eat this. Thank you, Mrs. Han, Jinwoo said, taking the food. She stepped inside and looked around the apartment. Her eyes lingered on the bracelet on his wrist. Then she looked directly at him. Strange few days, she said casually. Loud noises, power outages, you had visitors. Just friends, Jinwoo said carefully. Friends with very unusual fashion sense, Mrs. Han said. She smiled slightly. Blue skin, silver hair. Very interesting friends. Jinwoo's heart jumped. Mrs. Han, I can explain. She held up her hand. Don't. I don't want to know details. But I've lived long enough to recognize when something important happens. When the world is bigger than we thought. You're not scared? Jinwoo asked. Scared? She laughed. I lived through war, poverty, rebuilding. I've seen humanity survive impossible things. If there are others out there, well, we'll survive that too. She walked to the door, then paused. They asked me also, Mrs. Han said quietly. The purple woman, Captain. She asked if I wanted to forget. You refused, Jinwoo said with understanding. Of course, Mrs. Han said. I'm too old to forget interesting things. Besides, someone needs to keep an eye on you. Make sure you eat properly. Even heroes need to eat. She left, closing the door gently behind her. Jinwoo laughed. He wasn't alone after all. Mrs. Han remembered too. Earth's first secret friends to the stars, and one of them was an elderly Korean woman who brought kimchi. Somehow that felt very human. Very right. He ate the food Mrs. Han brought. It was delicious, tasting like home and comfort. Then he went to his window and looked up at the stars. Somewhere up there, Lyra and Kess were traveling home. Captain Mira was filing reports. The Concordat was watching. The cartel was regrouping. The galaxy continued spinning, vast and full of life. And down here on Earth, humanity lived in ignorance, working, fighting, loving, struggling. not knowing they were part of something so much bigger. But Jinwoo knew. Mrs. Han knew. And when the time came, when humanity finally reached for the stars with both hands instead of just tentative probes, they would be ready. They would be prepared. Because that's what humans did. They survived. They adapted. They prepared for challenges they couldn't even imagine yet. Jinwoo touched the bracelet on his wrist. It was warm, almost alive, connected to a network of ships and stations and people across the galaxy. He wasn't just a software engineer anymore. He was something more. Earth's guardian, humanity's secret friend, a bridge between worlds. And somehow, impossibly, he was okay with that. More than okay. He was excited. The adventure had just begun. Years from now, when humanity finally developed faster-than-light travel, when they finally stepped out into the galaxy officially, Jinwoo would be there, helping, guiding, explaining that yes, aliens were real. No, they weren't all friendly. But some of them were good, were friends, were family. And it started with 2 alien women in his bed and a Korean man who decided to help them. Not a bad beginning for humanity's entrance to the galactic stage. Not bad at all.